Hello students, class 10th. Today at this moment I am going to explain before all of you your first lesson from first flight, a letter to God. This lesson, letter to God, describes a firm faith of a sincere and genuine person in God. And for this purpose writer has created one character named Lencho. And this Lencho is a farmer. He works in his farm in mid of valley. He lives there in the mid of valley in front of his field with his family. What happens in story that this Lencho person is a farmer. He has shown his crop in his farm in his field, and the crop is responding very positively, giving a good hope for future to Lencho. But there is one lack for crop, and that is the rain, good rain for the good crop. Thou farm is situated in the mid of valleys. There is no hope of water than the rain. Except rain, nothing is available there to fulfill the need of water for the crop. So this person Lencho is waiting for rain and continuously looking towards northeast clouds in the hope of rain, good rain for his good crop. Since morning he is looking towards northeast clouds, and in dawn, that is in Bhor, Ushakal, dawn, he finds that some clouds are in coming. Mountain of clouds is coming from the northeast sky, and seeing this he becomes happy. He says to his wife that now he hopes that for good rain. Wife says okay, God's will, means औरत कहती है भगवान की मर्जी. After little bit time, mountain of cloud covers the whole valley and rain starts. When rain starts, Lencho becomes happy, comes out in the open rain from his home, from the inside of his home. He realizes on his body the drops of rain, and after self contentment, Atma Santushti, he enters into his house, goes back, and says that these drops are not raindrops, but these drops are the money. Big drops are of 10 pesos, and a little small, some little bit small drops are 5 cents, of 5 cents. And he says so because the big drops are fulfilling more needs of water for crops, and small drops are fulfilling some less need of water for the crops. So Lencho says so. Wives also supports by in affirmative language. But this good luck, good opportunity, good grace of God in the shape of raindrops turns into havoc. A fast storm comes in valley, and it this havoc storm brings with it hailstones, that is pathal, barfbari. Thou in beginning hailstones are all in small size. Thou Lencho says to his wife that something is going to bad for our crops and for us. But I hope, he expresses that he hopes that rain will, this hailstone will pass away as soon as be possible. But that hailstone, small hailstones, changes into big hailstones, and whole valley is covered, wrapped with these white hailstones, and scatters in whole valley in such way as if the layer of salt has been spread there. When hailstone stops, Lencho goes in open field, in dejected mood, despondent, sorrowful mood, and standing in the mid of valley, in the mid of his crops, he finds that whole crops are destroyed. And then, in dejection, in sorrow, he says that a bunch of locusts or a group of locusts, plague of locusts, whatever you can say, plague of locusts, had left more than this hailstorm. Means he says that hailstorm has left nothing. It has destroyed each and everything. Our total hope for future. Plague of locusts means टिड्डियों का झुंड has left something. Sorry, not has, would have left. कुछ न कुछ छोड़ दिया होता. But this hailstorm has left nothing. We have destroyed our hope, our expectation for future. Each and everything has been destroyed by this hailstorm, havoc hailstorm. Now there is nothing in his field. He has nothing to nourish his family. He has nothing to sow next season seeds. But his wife consoles by saying that no one dies with hunger. उसकी वाइफ कहती है कि कोई बात नहीं, डोंट बी एंग्री, डोंट बी बॉदर्ड अबाउट दिस, कोई भूख से नहीं मरता. लेंचो also accepts his consolation, सांत्वना, and whole night by lying on the cot he thinks only about God, who is the only hope of his need, his support, his fulfillment in such critical situation. So in next day, next following Sunday, next Sunday, he rises up in early morning, starts to write a letter. He demands money and need fulfillment of his need in that writing letter, and after covering that letter, he fills up, puts that letter in envelope, and he signs on letter as the address the God. Such was or such is his firm faith. He believes firmly that God will help him. Except God, there is no one who will help him, and God must help him because he has the firm faith. He is the gentle person, innocent person, and his innocent heart has the firm faith in God. There is the vast place for God in his heart, and due to that vast place, he has a firm faith in God that God will fulfill his needs and necessities. And after writing letter, completing letter, writing the address of God, the God, he carries that letter to the post office. There he posts or puts into the mailbox, and after putting into mailbox, he goes away back to his home in the valley with the hope, with the expectation, with the firm faith that God will help him fulfill his demand. And he is sure that God will, God shall, or God will, whatever you can say. When he returns after putting letter into mailbox, a peon of that post office goes to mailbox, takes out letter from the mailbox and reads at the place of address as the God. Then he laughs, and simultaneously laughing, he carries that letter to the headmaster, that is the head postmaster, and there He says that in his whole life he has never seen such a dress of God, and hands over that letter to his head postmaster. Head postmaster sees that address. He also laughs, but suddenly he becomes serious and wish and he wishes or desires or he longings to have such a firm faith in himself, in his own heart, in relation to God about the God. He wish, he desires, he longings. And after it, he opens letter, reads letter, whole letter, and then he comes to know that for the sake of God, or in other words, you can say, for the firm faith of this person in God, he shall have to do. He further thinks that the firm faith of this person in God should not be shaken off, should not be broken off. वह सोचता है कि भगवान में इस कदर की आस्था इस व्यक्ति की है, यह टूटनी नहीं चाहिए. So he thinks that he will do something. But he is knowing very well that to do something he shall have to write a letter, he shall have to sign in the name of God that God has sent money. But more important work is of money, how to collect money. The salary of postmaster is not up to some extent that he can send whole money, because Lencho has demanded 100 pesos. So he takes help from his colleagues, that is who are workers in his office, juniors, and also he takes as a charity from his friends some money. He also donates some part of his salary, and thus he becomes able to collect anyhow only 70 pesos, that is the little bit more than the half of the demand of the Lencho from the God. Anyhow he collects 70 pesos and then puts into the envelope, signs as God. At the place of signature he signs as the God, means God ने पैसे भेजा है. And after signing he sends post into the post office, puts there. Next Sunday Lencho returns back to post office to find out whether some reply is there from the side of God, whether money is there from the side of God. Though he has firm faith, he has no doubt in his heart that God will send his money or not. He knows, he has firm faith, he is sure that God will send. God, anyhow God must send him, God must send it. God will not reject him from sending money. God will must support him, God must support him. And thus when he reaches at post office, he demands for his envelope. The peon postmaster hands over that envelope to Lencho. Lencho counts money, and when he counts he finds only 70 pesos. Then he feels no doubt, no hesitation, yet he gets angry that he is sure that God will not reject him from 100 pesos. God will not cheat him from 100 pesos. God will not reject him from 100 pesos. Then where is 30 pesos? Because in his hand, in the envelope, there is only 70 pesos. There are only 70 pesos. So he again starts to write a letter to the God, and he writes that God, please send me rest 30 pesos, because total overall 100 pesos are most necessary for me to nourish my whole family overall whole year, and to sow the next seasonal crops in the farm, in the field. But further he writes that, but don't send through the post, because these post office implies are bunch of crooks, that is gang of cheaters, बेईमानों का समूह. Because Lencho believes that God will not reject him. God has sent him, God would have sent him 100 pesos, but this These bank employees has committed theft of 30 pesos and handing over him only 70 pesos. So he requests to God to send rest 30 pesos through anyhow, but not through the post office. And this is the irony in this lesson, that those employees who have helped him by donating their own salary, own money, for support of Lencho, for the sake of firm faith of Lencho in God, for the firm faith of God in God, they are being called by same person, same Lencho, as a bunch of group, बेईमानों का समूह. This is the irony in this lesson. And thus this whole lesson shows how one who helps unknowingly, mistakenly, is being rebuked. And overall, this whole lesson shows only the firm faith in God, how poor person, how one has firm faith, firm belief in God, who can never doubt over God for his help, for physical needs, etc. And writes how later in firm faith he never thinks whether God will fulfill his or not. He has firm faith that yes, God will surely fulfill his need, his demand, because he is in the service of God. He has firm faith in God. God is almighty. He sees, he looks each and every person. He is observing each and every person from his seat, from his heaven, and he rewards each and everyone who works in which way. And particularly God is gracious, always gracious upon those who are sincere person towards their duty, towards their work. They work their duty sincerely, innocently, without any greed, cheating, etc. And thus God will anyhow help them. Thank you. This is the lesson summary.